When the term drug trafficking is typed into Google, the first images that usually pop up are piles of money, guns, and tightly packaged opiates. We tend to focus on the violence and money rather than the human components whose lives are deeply affected by drug cartels. The movie Maria Full of Grace is a stunning Colombian film about a 17-year-old pregnant girl who, out of desperation, accepts a job as a drug mule, smuggling heroin from Colombia to the United States. Maria Full of Grace is an emblematic migration story that doesn't judge the main character. It merely observes her experience. The choices she makes are not forced upon her. They are simply the best option in a bad situation. Her hometown in Colombia is essentially run by the cartels, and there is even a scene that implies that her traffickers cut open one of the girls to retrieve the drug balloons stored in her stomach. The traffickers have complete control over the places and situations where Maria finds herself, and the audience can feel her apprehension and terror of what might happen if she doesn't comply with their demands. Maria has every right to be scared. Regions where cartels rule are often riddled with human rights abuses. In order to maintain power, these groups use violence as a method of enforcement, and hundreds of thousands of people have died in the decades-long conflict between Colombia's government and drug-financed rebel groups. In November of 2016, the government of Colombia and a left-wing guerrilla group called FARC signed a peace treaty to end the conflict and have since maintained peace. The trafficking of drugs from South America to the United States undermines Central American countries in the path of transit, including historically stable and peaceful Costa Rica. Other countries are struggling to defeat cartels that use drug money to corrupt police and local officials, and many citizens still suffer from the oppression and social decay caused by drug cartels.
Y más que todo no me quita el remordimiento de la forma que lo mataron a ellos. Porque le dieron una muerte demasiadamente horrible y que no merece ni animal morir así.
Maria Full of Grace is a snapshot of life for many people and is deeply moving because of the gut-wrenching reality of her situation. Maria's story remains a grim fact of life for many people today, but a global embrace of the UN's Universal Declaration of Human Rights can provide a foundation for building communities where people can live freely to their full potential.